Swadikap, good evening and welcome to Thai PBS English News Service. I'm Subhajong Klinsawan. Today we all saw a very intense afternoon and evening in all 28 countries along the Pacific and the Indian Ocean region when a 8.6 earthquake measured on the Richter scale shook the island of shook the underground area along the Aceh province. However, that allow us to take you back in time to see what actually happened today. At 3:38 p.m. this afternoon, an underground earthquake to the west of Indonesia occurred 33 kilometers underground near the province of Aceh. The United States Geological Service and the Pacific Tsunami Warning Center announced a possible tsunami and asked 28 countries to brace themselves for the worst. In Thailand, high-rise buildings across the country felt the shiver, while locals along the 6 Andaman provinces, namely Ranong, Phang-nga, Phuket, Krabi, Trang and Ston, along the coast were ordered to head to higher ground. Phuket Airport was closed at 4 p.m. since the airport is located near the coast, and all flights in and out of Phuket were cancelled until tomorrow or further notice. Stranded passengers could reach around 1,000 people. A few hours later, a 8.2 magnitude aftershock followed. Approximately about 7:30 p.m. Thai time, the National Disaster Warning Center canceled the tsunami watch, but says that locals should remain cautious until further notice. At least one foreigner has so far been reported of being injured during the evacuation process. So far, there have been no major waves hitting Thailand and no destructions occurring. So many airlines, both national carrier and low-cost airlines, have confirmed with Thai PBS that for passengers or those who have flight tickets heading to the Andaman coast and would like to cancel their trips due to fear of future tsunamis can do so within the next 30 days. If not, could also postpone their tickets. So now I'm here with Associate Professor Seri Suparathit from the Srinthorn International Environmental Park. Ajahn Seri kap. Sawasdi kap.
Sawasdi kap.
So, should they change their tickets or at least go to the Andaman coast some other time?
Yeah, I think that the most important that the governments or the airport authority should release the information is that what is the worst case?
The worst case.
Worst case scenario. I just released the worst case scenario about 4 o'clock p.m. And announced that the maximum height for the tsunami wave will be only 3 meters.
3 meters.
Yeah, 3 meters.
Which is pretty high.
Yeah, which is pretty high. If you are in the sea, you cannot you cannot stand for that kind of wave. But the elevation of the runway last time in 2004, there was a 5-meter wave height that flood the runway.
Right.
This time is the maximum is 3 meters. That is the worst case.
Right.
But the real wave height is about not more than 1 meter. That means I think it should be safe. Of course, for the runway, it cannot be flat. But the worst case is 3 meters, you see. But 5 meters will be flat.
Right. So the question is, Ajahn Seri, if the earthquake is at this level, 8.6, then how come there are no massive tsunamis?
Yeah, because I think so many causes that keep the tsunami to be very little is that the first one is of course magnitude. Yes, 8.6. The second one is earthquake depth. This time is about 26 meters. That is very dangerous. We call it shallow earthquake.
The first report, the initial report was 33 kilometers.
Yes.
Now it's 26.
Now 26. Yeah. But the most important that we don't know immediately the earthquake happened is that the strike direction. What is the strike? So this time the earthquake strike at 3 degrees. This means that we have a two plates like this one.
Yes.
It strike 3 degrees means that this one, you see, this plate and this plate make angle only 3 degrees. You see, very small. That means it's moved very horizontal.
Okay, so not vertical.
Yeah, if like this one, that means it's 90 degrees.
That's what happened in 2004.
Yes, that's happening. Yeah, that's why it's called very little effects. So you see, but anyway, real tsunami occur. You see, we have 2 buoys here.
Right.
Yeah. Both buoys initiate You see, this is tsunami height is about 30 centimeter, 60 centimeter here. This scale, this plan. That means if we have the tsunami 60 centimeter here, it will propagate to the coast of Thailand.
Right.
Sure. But the lucky is that we have, you see, Andaman Islands, Nicobar Island. You see, that's one
and also the north of Indonesia blocking us as well.
Yeah, blocking. So that means the height of tsunami attack Thailand is less than 1 meter.
I see.
Yeah.
Now, in terms of prediction, what have we learned from 2004 and have made us more advanced now in 2012?
The most one. So do we see next picture, please?
Next slide, please.
Yeah. At least next slide, please. Yeah. After 2004.
Yes.
Significant increase of the buoys. This is on the yellow is one that the buoy dash can be used. Yes. But the red one is now is something happened that cannot use now. So you see, in the Andaman Sea here, at least we have 3 buoy that can be warning to Thailand. At least, right? Of course, 2 of the yellow one now can be used. That's I showed you.
These are the 2 that you just point out.
Yeah, just point out. Yeah, that means if we have something happen here, right? We can warn the people here. This means that you have to immediately receive the data from here. You have time enough, about nearly 1 hour.
But still, I mean, what would be would the people, especially living on the Andaman coast, be expecting after this? In the few days coming up.
In a few days, we should keep in watching the information that we will have the aftershocks. This means that during 6 to 12 hours, there are several aftershocks from now.
Right, including the 6.2 magnitude one as well, which was a pretty big
just happened.
aftershock.
Right. That means that we don't know yet if the aftershock may be 7 or 8. It's happened 8.2. Right. After main shock. That means the direction, the style angle may be dangerous.
Right.
You have to keep watching.
So you're saying that from your original
this is worst case.
That beach could be as high as 5.2.
Yes, even in about 70 minutes, about 5. This one the worst case.
Wow, Kamala is 4.7 here, and that's Nayang. So let's say, what would you tell the people living along the Andaman coast right now?
Right now is that I think that the worst case scenario show you already. So you have to at least to stay above the worst case.
Right. Be prepared.
Be prepared. Be prepared. Because we don't know the earthquake will happen in the future. We don't know at all.
Right.
So this time that at least we have the main shock, and then aftershock will come, of course. So we have to beware of aftershock
and prepare for the worst. Okay, thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you. And moving on, as the royal cremation ceremony is being held to final tribute to Her Royal Highness Princess Pecharat, the events over there have been ongoing as well, and tomorrow will be the last day. And as for those of you planning to head to other provinces through bus, a tour bus today traveling along Prachashin Road caught fire this morning, and firefighters needed 4 fire engines to extinguish the fire, which is thought to have been caused by a fault in the vehicle's air conditioning system. The tour bus, operated by Pakai Pet Tour Company, passing Pong Pet intersection on Prachashin Road, burst into flames this morning as it was being driven into the garage. The driver says he first noticed smoke coming from the engine compartment, and the fire spread rapidly. It took 4 fire engines and 2 hours to extinguish the blaze. Initially, investigations indicate the fire started in the air conditioning unit. As people prepare themselves for the long drive home for the Songkran festivities, authorities strongly recommend that all vehicles are thoroughly checked before setting out to prevent breakdowns or possible accidents. As the royal cremation ceremony is being held to pay final tribute to Her Royal Highness Princess Pecharat, the royal crematorium and main pavilion are specially decorated to reflect to the late princess. The exquisite crematorium at Sanam Luang, the ceremonial site, will be open for the public to visit from April 11th until the 17th. The royal cremation built for Her Royal Highness Princess Pecharat was designed by Air Vice Marshal
for Her Royal Highness Princess was designed by Air Vice Marshal Awut Ngin Suklin, former Director General of the Fine Arts Department, and further approved by His Majesty the King Bhumibol Adulyadej. The royal crematorium is constructed in the form of a religious structure with a wooden top facing the west. The structure is in the shape of a four-sided castle with modified corners where monks will pray or then all night, while the royal urn is at the crematorium. At the top of the crematorium is a 7-tier white umbrella of state. The golden star which holds the 7-tier white umbrella is made of top-quality stainless steel. The each tier of umbrella is white linen with golden stripes. Every step of making this exquisite umbrella is handmade, aiming to create the beauty and refinement of precious Thai art. Actually, the 5-tier white umbrella would be placed over the royal urn as royal regalia, but His Majesty King had commanded it be changed to a 7-tier umbrella, which is reserved for King, Queen, Royal Mother, and Crown Prince to bestow a high rank. The initials of Princess Petcharat are placed on the top of the castle, decorated with gold letters and pink background, as she was born on Tuesday. A headdress on the crematorium refers to King Rama VI, her father, as he had written various political works. According to ThaiPBS, the royal crematorium ceremony began during the Sukhothai era, and the ceremony is always held in the city center, aiming to retain national unity and to dignify the royal family. The main pavilion and crematorium will be open for the public to visit from April 11 to the 17th. การกรรักธรรม Thai PBS.
Thank you, Kun Canclled. The upcoming Songkran holidays will surely cause traffic congestion as it did in the previous years as people began to head home a little early this year. Meanwhile, tourism in many southern provinces has picked up, and most tourists say that they have confidence in this country's security. Foreign tourists at Yala province say that they are confident in the security of the area as travelers flock into the province for the Songkran festivities. More than 3,000 hotel rooms have already been booked. It is forecasted that the cash influx over the break will reach as high as 300 million baht. Locals in Songkran province are also participating in the sprinkling of holy water on Buddha images for blessings, which is a tradition during the Songkran festivities. Thais are beginning to travel back to their home provinces, resulting in traffic congestions on many roads, particularly inter-provincial freeways. Police officers are preparing to open special roads to prevent bad traffic. Train stations are also drawing large crowds. Many passengers at Phitsanulok train station, for example, are disappointed that most trains are already full. The State Railway of Thailand has called for an increase in the number of free train services. People in Ubon Ratchathani province are turning out to book public transport tickets. Local officials are forecasting that the number of passengers during the break will be no less than 10,000 people per day and have since added 20 more bus routes. Meanwhile, many provinces including Chiang Rai, Phitsanulok, Samut Prakan, and Uthai Thani have organized activities to promote road safety and reduce the loss of life and property. Such activities include vehicle inspection services and accident drills. The Department of Disaster Prevention and Mitigation has opened a road traffic accident prevention center for this year's Songkran festivity period to provide coordination between agencies to address the problems in each community. Meanwhile, the government is aiming to make this year's Songkran festivity traveling period accident-free with no deaths. Yongyut Wichaidit, Deputy Prime Minister and President of the Road Safety Center, revealed that the government has made prevention and mitigation of the road accidents a national agenda, especially during the Songkran festive periods, during which road casualty numbers are historically remarkably high. The Deputy Prime Minister urged all related agencies strictly enforce the road traffic laws, promote effective road safety measures, and ensure the readiness of emergency rescue teams. Meanwhile, the Department of Disaster Prevention and Mitigation has instructed each province to set up a road traffic accident prevention and mitigation center to address the localized problems in their area. An assessment of road accidents will be made daily and will be followed by an analysis of the results and implementation of appropriate measures to minimize the number of casualties from April the 11th through the 17th. And that brings us to the end of tonight's very exhausting day for all of us. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you again tomorrow night. I'm Suwajong Klin Suwan. สวัสดีครับ